Okay, the topic name is coal and petroleum. Before understanding the topic, it is our duty to understand what is meant by natural resource. As I have already told you the definition about the coal and petroleum, natural resource. Here we will study on one more type. One more time what is meant by natural resource. So here there is you can understand the definition of a resource, that is a resource is a source or supply from which a benefit produced and utility. So what does this mean? The same what I told you. For example, a resource, what I can give the example, I gave the example of myself. I am teaching you and you are understanding the topic. So here I have become a resource. I am giving you some benefit. You are getting some benefit from me. The benefit what you are getting, that is nothing but the knowledge. The knowledge what I am giving you, that is the benefit you are getting from me. So I have become a resource for you. And when you are talking about Google, so whatever you want, you are searching it. So you are getting some knowledge from the Google. So that is a resource. And you are reading the textbook, you are getting some knowledge from the textbook. So that is a benefit you are getting from the textbook. So these all are the things from which you are getting benefit. So that is called as the resource. And the things and the resource which we are getting the benefit from, which are produced naturally, those are called as the natural resource. So here if you tell, these are resources classified into two types. So there are two types of resources. One is called as natural resource and another called is a artificial resource. So here if I want to tell you about natural resource, the resources which are available in nature, so the resources already which are naturally present in the nature, those are called as the natural resource. For example, as I told you about wood. Wood is nothing but from the plants what you are getting. The trees what you are getting. From the tree what you are getting the wood, that is nothing but natural resource. Okay, the second type of resource is nothing but artificial resource. So these are the resources which are made by humans in industries and factories. So here basically these resources are made by human beings. These are the resources which are made by human beings. Those are called as the artificial resources. So for example, the metal or the utensils what you are seeing in your houses, the kitchen items whatever you are seeing in your houses, those are nothing but it is made by human being. It is not made by God and God has not sent that and you are using it. It is being prepared by human being itself. So those are called as the artificial resource, and the ones which are present naturally in the nature, those are called as the natural resource. Is it clear what is meant by a resource, what is meant by a natural resource, and what is meant by an artificial resource?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
So next, after understanding natural resource, artificial resource, in this natural resource also, again it is divided into two types. These natural resources which are there, they are again divided into two types. That is, the resources which will never get over. The resources which will never get over. For example, if I talk about water, water is a natural resource. So here how much ever water you use, the water will never get ended on the earth, because since you are born, not only you, your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, their grandparents, their great grandparents. So from many generations we are using the water. So maybe some amount of water has become less, but it will never get ended. Have you seen ever or any news have you heard that on earth the water will be completely ending in this year? Have you ever heard that? No, it is not possible, because water is such a natural resource that will never get ended. That will never get ended. Maybe it may decrease in amount. Maybe because of hot sun, it may decrease in some amount. Okay, but it will never get ended. So those are the things which will never, that is one type of resource, and one more type of natural resources with a period of time, with a period of particular period of time, that particular natural resource that will get ended. For example, coal. Coal is such a type of natural resource for after a particular period of time. After a particular period of time, that natural resource is going to be ended. So that is meant by natural resource which is going to end and natural resource which is not going to end. So those are called as exhaustible natural resource and inexhaustible natural resource. So the resources which will end or get over, the resources which will get over after a particular period of time, those are called as exhaustible natural resources. The resources which will get over after a particular period of time, those are called as the exhaustible natural resources. For example, coal, petroleum, those will get over but not immediately. After a period of time, they will get over. And the natural resources which will never get over after a particular period of time, such type of natural resources, those are called as the inexhaustible natural resources which will never get over. For example, water, sunlight, sun rays, or soil, or the land which is being present, they will never get over. Whatever now you are there, after 10 years, after 15 years, after 100 years, your future generation will come. After that time also, that water will also be present, sun rays also will be present, soil will be also present, and even the air will be also blowing, wind will be there. So these all are the natural resources which will never get ended, which will never get ended. So such type of natural resources are called as inexhaustible. In means it will never get ended. Exhaustible means it will never get ended. So here if I want to tell you, there are two types of natural resources. One is exhaustible natural resource and the second one is inexhaustible natural resource. Okay. So here if I want to tell you the definition, resources which are available in limited quantity, resources which are available in a limited quantity and can be finished in future, they are called as exhaustible natural resources. The examples they have given wrong here. Don't read this example. Water will not be an exhaustible resource. It is inexhaustible resource. Trees can be exhaustible. When sometime on the earth sometime come that the tree may get over. But water when you are talking, there is no what we call it as they will never end. The water will never end if you go for 1,000 years from now also, the water on the earth will never get ended. Is it clear? That is called as that is inexhaustible. Exhaustible when you are talking about, they will get over. They will get over after a particular period of time. That is called as exhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible resources which are available in excess quantity and cannot be finished in future is called as exhaustible natural resources. Understood what is meant by exhaustible and what is meant by inexhaustible? Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes,
so
teacher.
today what all we have studied, today's topic we will end up here only. So tomorrow we will continue with the types of